England bench options?
Well, right now, I don't think they make any call. Because England, I don't think, are going to win by fighting fire with fire. They've got to quell them. Farrell is kicking so well, so it's not time for Burns. Maybe Haskell to add firepower at the breakdown. Maybe Courtney Laws to make some big hits, because England's tackling game is just going backwards. They're making the tackles, but they're not driving New Zealand back.
Would be easy to forget, but England is still in the lead here. Brown. They wanted to be in touch on the hour mark, but then they would have been getting greedy at 15-0 up. But they're still definitely in touch. More than that. Here's Farrell. Barrett. Oh, what a line from Barrett! Draw the last man and pass onto Tuilagi. Inside to Barrett. They've done it. The combo have done it there.
Would you believe it?
What a moment for those two.
Brad Barrett has been so blunt. He has hit rucks, but he's hardly picked a line all autumn. And then he's found this one, and New Zealand's lead. New Zealand are suddenly on the back foot again. Conrad Smith fades. Barrett just waits. Superb defence from New Zealand, Jane and Dag, but that's a brilliant offload from Tuilagi. Conrad Smith goes early. It's a good weight on the pass of Farrell. Kieran Reid can't get there, and this is a real classy moment. Oh, a little bit of fortune. It's just caught, I think, is it Israel Dag's, the crook of his arm, and it's popped up for Brad Barrett. But England play with great guts, deserve their luck there. And what a moment.
A magnificent score from England. Talk about getting your timing right there. Barrett and Tuilagi, as you said, a little bit of luck at the end. And it has to be acknowledged too. With New Zealand having just racked up those 14 points. Oh, look at this from Farrell. Hits the crossbar. Oh, how useful that could have been. Dean Ryan.
Of all the people, it's Conrad Smith. He's so worried about Tuilagi on the outside. He pushes early, and that gives Barrett the space through to get the break in behind.
Amazing there from Conrad Smith, because Corey Jane had his man covered there. Big error from the Wellington man.
Good effort again from Farrell off the kicking tee. Could have created that 8-point gap. George Clancy, again, the policeman at the breakdown. This time the instruction, New Zealand did move away.
But importantly for England this time, they've got the 5 points. Decent kick-off from New Zealand, but England have won the penalty, and Alex Good to put England exactly where they want to be, just short of the 22. Swing low, swings round Twickenham.
How much of all those tackles taken out of them will that come into play, although they have the whole bench to use in this final quarter?
You just feel, Miles, England had to score very quickly at 15-14. The game, even though they led, was running away from them, and suddenly England have changed the tempo.
You saw New Zealand don't have all the bench, but they have a very good one.
Coming back here, guys. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait. Claire joined the line-up before the ball was thrown in. Claire joined the line-up before the ball was thrown.
So it's a free kick. So if New Zealand go for touch here, which they won't, they'll lose possession. Will be England's line-out, but England look for a cover tackle on the short side, and they find it. They find try scorer Julian Sarver.
Bad decision. Very good defence. Launchbury again, growing reputation, and Ben Morgan everywhere there. No way New Zealand have space to work that, and strong as Surveyor is, two big second row and back row, smash him out.
First change from England. Morgan goes, Haskell on, James Haskell. Former Highlander in New Zealand, of course, when he's been on his travels. Parling again is the call. He's calling. Tuilagi through the first two, through three,
It's going the way of Manu Tuilagi. Straight through Daniel Carter. It was weak defence from the All Blacks. And the Leicester man straightened. Nothing selfish, nothing wrong with the line that time. And the arch predator Ashton has waited a long time for an international try. But he was there at the right moment, straight under the post. And New Zealand, they must be rocking more than ever. They must have thought 15-14, we're in control. They're way out of control. Flat ball, watch Carter here. Doesn't get near Tuilagi, shrugs off McCaw, and the timing of the pass, superb for Ashton.
Did you see Kieran Reid there, behind the posts? He did not look like he was on the losing side. He was nodding away as if to say, we'll come back here. They can jump and they can shout. What a finish we're going to have. You are never out of sight against the All Blacks. We saw that in '97, the famous 26-all draw. And Farrell is wide with that one. But England had the bonuses of the Carter misses, remember, in the first half. Looked like a free 6 points for Carter then. What a strong run from Tuilagi. And Chris Ashton, 11 games without a try. The splash returns. Parling claims.
Stay 7, back to go.
Youngs to Farrell, checks. Bit of jinking there from Farrell, and another good pass to Brown. England have got the bit between their teeth here. They really fancy it. As those scores for Barrett and Ashton prove. Who's going to be first here? Ashton is trying to get there. They let Dag drop, but Barrett and Ashton and Tuilagi just pile in. Over the top, the call. New Zealand with Smith. Think about the quick one and don't take it.
Give you the benefit of the doubt there.
Dan Carter never lost against England when he's been on the field. He's on the bench in Wellington in '03.
Tuilagi runs straight. Carter gets fixed in there. We talked about Ashton's ability to pick the line. He knows what's happening here. Just watch this. Daniel Carter doesn't make the tackle. Ashton fades outside Nonu. Nonu doesn't obstruct him. And Chris Ashton is in at the corner. The right wing in at the left side. It's what he does so well.
Smith. Carter. Surveyor. Haskell comes up. Reid. Oh, interception! Tuilagi! All the way! Mike Brown protects him. Tuilagi is going to just jump there. And England can do this. Is moving towards England will do this.
They're a marvellous team, New Zealand, but 16 points down. This kick goes over. I don't think there's anywhere back there. I think Tuilagi's power has shredded Hanson's team here. Kieran Reid, the man who gave him the talking to, goes for the death part to Carter. There is panic in the New Zealand ranks, and Tuilagi is made two. And he's going to help himself to one there. Mike Brown saying, get under the corner. Let's make it a 7-pointer. And maybe Tuilagi could have gone a bit faster, but in the circumstances, he'll say, Owen's going to get this.
There was a man coming across there. Maybe a little ball to Brown, and he could have scored under the post. It's made the kick a little bit tougher, but, you know, that is a risk. And if that doesn't work, you are pilloried. So there can be no criticism of Tuilagi from that point of view. It doesn't matter anyway if it goes over, which it doesn't. Flags up. 32-14. That is already England's highest score ever against New Zealand. 18 minutes to go.
Almost inconceivable. Two converted tries and a try to give New Zealand a 1-point lead. New Zealand scored 2 tries in no time. England have not matched it. They've bettered it with 3 of their own. New Zealand will be looking at their defensive play. It's gone to pieces. The system's wrong, but England have punished the mistakes that are in front of them.
Outside. Use it!
Youngs. Jane caught and held now and nearly turned. But New Zealand roll back over. And the call is for England to leave it. Simi Alamu's off. Dane Coles, the youngster, is on. There is number 16. Socks round his ankles. Savea, Tuilagi and Barrett. Maybe they've come of age today. And they've taken so much flack as well. Like Rob Shaw last week, but Rob Shaw tackles again. He's into double figures now for his personal tackle count. The England captain dropped by Conrad Smith, and when that starts to happen, wow.
Miles, Conrad Smith guilty for 1 try, knock on there. Dan Carter getting smashed defensively. The big players are just crumbling. It's been a long season for New Zealand, but England seem to have them now on the back foot. Having said that, we've had 5 tries in 23 minutes. Who knows what else could happen? An amazing 25.
Oh, this is fascinating here. We've got Wipu and Cruden coming on as Carter goes along with Smith, but England have brought on Freddie Burns for his first cap. Owen Farrell goes. He has certainly played his part, and 22-year-old Freddie Burns from Gloucester wins his first cap. What a time to come on.
An amazing show of faith from Stuart Lancaster, because Farrell has played the game England wanted. That's an amazing show of faith.
Ben Youngs through the gap again. Goes the England scrum half. Out to Ashton. Got the scoring bug back. New Zealand have had the bug this week, but they're feeling pretty ill at the moment. Launchbury. Advantage being played. Youngs. There's Burns getting a touch. Barrett to good. Tuilagi. Mike Brown. Crowd is going berserk here. Youngs. In comes Rob Shaw, the captain. On to Corbisiero. He's level. Youngs has it back again. Still advantage the call. Burns, little chip like he's at Kingsholm.
Well, Burns is taken out there as well.
But it's in front of the post, it will be more points. And Rob Shaw can't wait to get to the referee.
Well, no scrum, no kick to the corner. And Freddie Burns, I said there's a hell of a difference between week in, week out, Premiership goal kicks and international kicks, but what a way for Burns to start here. In front of the post, he's just seen his mate Ben Youngs tear New Zealand to pieces wide. Ashton so alert, and Burns is going to get a very easy 3 international points.
Stuart, England are emptying their bench here as we watch Ben Youngs break. I don't think he's going to be going off. The men to come on will be Laws, Vunipola and Jonathan Joseph. Here's Freddie Burns, first international points. 35-14.